Chief Guest of Maldives Accountants Forum 2022 Inauguration Ceremony, Honorable Minister of Tourism Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, Auditor General and President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, Mr. Hussain Niyazy, Honorable Ministers and Members of Parliament, distinguished Council members of the Institute, special invitees, panelists and speakers, and the participants of this forum, Assalamu alaikum. I am Huda Fahim from the Auditor General's Office of the Maldives, and it is my great pleasure to be your host for this important ceremony. First and foremost, let me take the privilege to welcome you all to the beginning of this year's Maldives Accountants Forum. Let me briefly share the agenda of this ceremony with you. The forum began with the beautiful recitation of the meaningful verses from the Holy Quran by Ms. Sudha Mohamed, Bachelor of Islamic Banking and Finance student from Islamic University of Maldives. Next item is the opening of the forum. After that, we have welcoming remarks by AG and President of the Institute, and then the highlights of last year's forum video. This will be followed by the speech by Chief Guest, Honorable Minister of Tourism. Following this, we have on the agenda the awarding of SAFA membership to CA Maldives and the remarks by SAFA President. After that, we have a video message by IFAC President. This will be followed with the launching of Sustainability Reporting Awards. And this ceremony will conclude with closing remarks. This year marks the 5th Maldives Accountants Forum held since its beginning in the year 2017. I still remember it like it was yesterday, and I'm humbled to see the milestones and the progress we have achieved through this annual forum held with the objective of establishing the national platform for all professional auditors and accountants to discuss and deliberate on matters of mutual interest with the industry stakeholders and regulators. This year's forum is held on the theme Economic Transformation, Rethinking Growth in the New Economy. And I am most certainly looking forward to what this year's forum entails. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to officially open this year's Maldives Accountants Forum. Let the opening function begin with an energetic traditional performance by the Bodobera group known as Sadatiris Ashe and a special traditional song or rabaru specially made for this event by Mr. Abdulla Rashid Linet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sadatiris Ashe.
أو من تكنس بداشي ලාබේපින් ගෙනවීදා Zatu accountant tuna Ya tajriba desh hoda Aay kisi ege dibu Ademige divehidi Tayammi mahasin Jabai ditiyanu madin Saba situ gediyadin Bamaru hadan nawafin Hazirin ariyah syai Manu mehu eng menashai
I'm sure we've all enjoyed the performance. Now, for the official declaration of the opening of this forum, I kindly invite our chief guest of the ceremony, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, Auditor General and President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, Mr. Hussain Niyazy, and the council members of CA Maldives on stage.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, Malikul Mulk Zul Jalal wal Ikram, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives के रईस थे भी दावत कबूल को हतरे रबी लाहिर सात से साल तरीका इतिहास 22 वन अहरुगे accountants के महासंता रस्मी को हुलूम के शरफ आहरे हिंदू दिबगन में वसल्लल्लाहु वसल्लम अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि अजमईन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन.
Thank you all. The forum for this year is now officially opened. And now to deliver the welcoming remarks, I kindly call upon the Auditor General and President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, Mr. Hussain Niyazy.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalam ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Chief Guest, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, Honorable Members of Parliament, Excellencies, Ambassadors General, Ambassadors from India and Sri Lanka, President of South Asian Federation of Accountants, representatives from member SAFA bodies, managing directors of SOEs, past president of the Institute, former AG Hassan, council members and committee members of our institute, heads of public institutions, distinguished speakers and panelists, sponsors and partners of our event, my dear colleagues from the accounting profession, viewers and listeners, Assalamu alaikum, good morning and a very warm welcome to the 5th Maldives Accountants Forum. It is a privilege to have with us Minister of Tourism gracing our event as the chief guest in the year Maldives celebrates 50th successful anniversary of tourism, an industry where we as accountants are proud and honored to play an active role. We are also happy to have with us all of you, ladies and gentlemen, all of whom we cherish as very important stakeholders of our profession. Let me start with a short folklore story from the Maldives. Two close friends from an island named Ambafulu and Dambafulu. One day, Dambafulu gets stuck in the branches while climbing a middle tree. To save his friend, Ambafulu had to cut the tree. So Ambafulu went to the Mawadibe, the head carpenter, and asked to cut down the tree. But the head carpenter complained that his axe needed to be honed. So Ambafulu asked the kumbul, the blacksmith, if he could rather spoil the steel of the axe. The blacksmith complained that his fire won't do because the embers weren't hot enough. So Ambafulu thought he would go to the rain and ask to put the fire of the blacksmith. However, the rain complained that it was not the rainy season. So he goes on to the elephant and asks to drink up all the water. But the elephant again complained that he had his stomach full. So Ambafulu again went to the bumblebee and asked to sting the ears of the elephant. But again, the bumblebee also complained and said it was too narrow and too dark. So finally, Ambafulu goes on and asks the Iruahudu, the white-bread egret, to eat the bumblebee. No problem, says the Iruahudu, who chased the bumblebee. And so you could imagine the chain reaction of events that eventually led the Mawadibe to cut the tree. The story reflects the relentless efforts and perseverance of Ambafulu to explore all possible means to save his friend. Looking back at our journey, the Maldives Accountants Forum resonates a similar story. MAF started under the visionary leadership of former AG Hassan in 2017. Back then, we did not have a legally established CA institute. The audit office issued audit licenses, and many accountants looked upon the AG to take a leadership role to provide trainings and develop the profession. We had many challenges, but more importantly, we had a common objective. We all wanted to create better opportunities for accountants. We wanted to build better trust and confidence in the profession. One common theme that echoed in all MAF series was the need to establish the CA Institute. The MF series was a positive enabler that contributed towards the establishment of the Institute through an act of Parliament. As such, we are grateful and always appreciate the President of the Maldives, His Excellency Ibrahim Mohamed Saleh, and all MPs from the 19th Parliament for taking the pioneering step to establish the CA Institute in September 2020. The whole profession recognizes that this has been the landmark achievement that is paving the way for our speedy progress and development of the profession in the Maldives. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we have an interesting theme for the forum: economic transformation, rethinking growth in the new economy. We have 7 panel discussions, 10 keynote addresses, and 40 speakers who will be sharing their expertise and views on 8 key main focus topics. I'm sure there will be key takeaways for all of us to transform and align our business and financial strategies considering emerging external factors. At this point, you may be interested in asking me, what had we done since the last forum? Let me give you a quick brief on this. First of all, during the last forum, in response to our request, His Excellency the President announced that the government would provide scholarship opportunities for professional accounting qualification. We are grateful to the Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Ibrahim Hassan, and Minister of Economic Development, Al-Ustaz Fayaz Ismail, for speedily facilitating the President's policy decision. 150 scholarships were provided through the Ministry of Higher Education scheme, and more than 190 opportunities were provided through the Ministry of Economic Scholarship scheme. Our institute is happy to have played an active role in marketing and providing awareness for these programs. The applications were in fact oversubscribed. More than 500 applications were received for the higher education scheme, and more than 1,200 applications applied for the Economic Ministry scheme. This highlights that there is high interest and demand amongst the youth to pursue a career in accounting, and they see a bright future in that. We are thus very hopeful that the ongoing discussions we have with the government would bear fruitful results, and we await the announcement of more scholarship opportunities for our accounting students. Secondly, on the audit licensing, we issued the much awaited public interest entity auditor registration. The regulation defined public interest entities, and our licensed audit firms who meet the requirements would be eligible to conduct external audits of PIs. Public interest entities consist of listed companies, SOEs, and financial institutions. The regulatory bodies had actually requested us that they need a high level of assurance on the quality of the audits of these regulated entities. As of today, 10 audit firms have been registered as PI auditors. Complementing with the PI audit regulation, the Auditor General's Office also issued the SOE Audit and Accountability Regulation, which facilitated the award of external audits to PI registered audit firms. I am happy to note that out of the 29 SOEs that are governed under the regulation, more than 10 SOE audits have been awarded to local audit firms. This is the first time in history that the audit firms had got the opportunity to bid for SOE audits, and 1/3 of these SOE audits are now being undertaken by audit firms having full local ownership. As accountants, we are required to maintain our professional competence. As an institute, we are committed to assist you all in the Maldives to complete the CPD requirements. This year, we hosted the IFRS and the ISAS training program in association with the Malaysian Institute of CPAs. We also conducted other numerous CPD sessions. All in all, more than 320 participants were trained during the year. Ladies and gentlemen, as a regulator of the accounting profession, we are committed to maintain global accounting and audit standards. We hope we have adopted the International Financial Reporting Standards as our financial reporting framework. We have also adopted the international standards on auditing to be followed by our licensed auditors. These adoptions are not just fancy statements. This requires our institute to ensure a system of quality control that ensures that our members and licensed auditors adheres to the highest level of professional conduct. Accounting is a public interest profession, and we are bound by these principles, and I urge upon all our members to maintain these standards in your daily practice. On the maintenance of global standards, we are also happy to note that we have been given membership of the South Asian Federation of Accountants, SAFA. SAFA being a regional grouping of the International Federation of Accountants, has 11 bodies from the SAFA region, which represent 375,000 professionally qualified accountants. We are also happy to announce that our application to join the Asian Ocean Standard Setters Group, AOSSG, has been endorsed, and we will be officially be admitted as a member of the association during the November this year. The Asian Ocean Standard Setters Group is a professional body with a mandate to contribute to the development of high-quality set of financial reporting standards. Furthermore, we are also enthusiastic to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India during the World Congress of Accountants to be held in Mumbai this November. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, being a founder member of IFAC and the second largest professional accountancy body in the world, has more than 327,000 members. We are also grateful for the ongoing support we receive from the South Asian Federation of Accountants and CS Sri Lanka and all other regional bodies. The professional association with these prestigious professional accountancy institutions would provide assurance that the accounting and audit practices in the Maldives is in alignment with global practices, thus creating trust and confidence for our members. This would also enable our members to provide quality professional services to the industry and strengthen and contribute to the economic development of the country. I would also like to announce that we are holding our discussions with IFAC, and we have planned to submit our application to become an IFAC member during the last quarter next year. And we are very positive that our membership would be looked favorably during the IFAC review in 2024. And they have indicated that we are making good progress. For that, we would need all the support from all our partners. I am sure it would be an honor for all of us to see the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives be admitted as a member of the Global Accountancy Organization, IFAC. The progress we have made so far is a collective and action and commitment from all our council members, committee members, management staff, and all the stakeholders and all the partners that we have around us. So I thank you all for contributing to the CA success. Before I conclude, I would like to thank you all for attending the event and being part of the prestigious Accountancy Forum. We look forward to hearing from all the speakers and panelists. I pray to Allah, Almighty Allah, to bless us in the work that we do. Wassalamu alaikum and warahmatullahi. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, AG. Last year's forum was successfully held with more than 150 participants on the theme Readiness Mindset, Striving for Excellence. To see a greater number of participants here today is definitely noteworthy. Let us now travel back 1 year and have a look at last year's forum through a video presentation.
Maldives Accountants Forum, first held in 2017, was organized by the Auditor General's Office. The forum is meant to hear from the regulators and business community in order to enable the accountants and auditors to better attune their work to the needs of the industry and stakeholders, and to provide a development opportunity for the professionals while forming a greater understanding and stronger bond among all concerned.
Maldives Accountant Forums my idea conceptualize again Auditor General of you get Rotam strategic plan masake koramunga then Auditor General of you get Uriha Befronge Mashwara Mating Algon Mengero Nimi coming a professional body a chartered accountancy body a gang objective go to Garona and Kadel. Ekan Hassel Kura Algon Nimi බෑවර ඇක්ටිවිටිස් තක එන්න දෙන් ඒගෙතර එන් අයිඩියා මේ Maldives Accountants Forum එක හැම එකත Institute of Audit and Assurance නමක Institute එකස් ගාන කරනවා the Maldives Accountants Forum හගීගතු ගාලවන මෙන් ඒරු මේ විශ්නුමක ගෙනයි ආලවන මේ රාජ්‍ය දිවේ accountant auditorුන්නා business community යා ගුරුවාදේ platform එකක දෙන් ආලවන විශ්නි ඒගෙන් හාසිල් කුරන් මේ auditorunna accountant dimawa major challenges ki ko batoya ekan hallu kurane mashwara kurane platform එක ගන්න කර. එහෙම ඒ අලගොන් මේ තිංග හරදුවගේ strategic plan එක හිමෙනි කමෙ එමනාගෙන් අලගොන් මම රාවාගෙන් හින්ගි මසෙක්කතෙන්ගේ Maldives Accountant Forum වජූදන් අයි මේ මashwara තකුතෙනේ.
The forum in 2018 was held under the theme Adding Value and Impacting Lives. A total of 120 participants took part in the 4-day forum organized by the Auditor General's Office. In 2019, MAF kicked off from 27th August to 29th August at Tarubaruke with close to 150 participants. The theme for MAF 2019 was Embracing Technology, Enhancing Value.
Maldives Accounts Forum fashing midi arun me profession na kennam beenu badawatake keno mataka me national platform create kurmunga magsadaga megatrege me himenani me profession ga masaya karomandiya me hunna adi regulators na business community ya kiyawa kodina magana gotega eru government beenu begen boda masaya kori me huriha me shamilwa gotega common dialogue giteren government et tasawwaraka engamaza masaka koram fashion tem arme forum battan kurumaga content adi program structure kurunga swara boda belim bhavisat hasil agota meka koregen de egeterega panel discussion taka expert anga presentation taka adi me regulators anga presentation taka no ya chemlagendi forum intizam kor farate got audit of home west miga me lead role kurunga gotum forum terega waradar kan amaka de commit korevamo උම්මිර්තක හිස්සා කරවන්දේ මමන්න මේ සෝෂලි මේ කොමිටි කරන කංකමක සාබන් ආමන ෆෙනගෙන් දිය ෆෝරම් බාවන් ෆෙෂමා ගොලගෙන් මේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් ග අරමෙන් දෙකෙන් බේණු වැඩි මාලා මේ නීඩු මු කරන් ෆෙෂිතා නම් වරංගල හේව බාදවතකෙන් අන්න මුදාත ෆෙරුන් ඒ වන්දේ තුම් මේ ෆෝරම් මාගොලගෙන් වරංග ෆාරෙක් හදානකොට ෆාහ කොල්ල බේණු වාකම දැන් මම යකෝ මේ අලුනේ මේ මසක ෆෙෂමා ගොලගෙන් මේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් ග මසක කරවන්දේ බේ ෆොලුන් නාමක කොමියුනිටි ගොලගෙන් මේ ගුළුම් බදහෙවගෙන් දිය මාල්දර एक फरात आडो है कि मंदर और फाह कोला एमा एमे उफारे कमे गोतो गा हम मे हता ना कोला දැන් මේකන් ඉන්ස්ලාම්ගුට ෆරාත ගොතික ඔඩිට ඔෆි හබස් බරගොල සාරතක ලිබුණ එකතර ගල්මඟ පබ්ලිසිට අනගොල මාදල්මඟ මෝසි ෆොන්න එමහඟ බයි ස්කල් ෂෝකස් කරම් ෆොරසත් මාද ටීමෝකයි පුලයි මොරා පැගොලග බේක ෆහබ
Year 2020 challenged us with the COVID-19 pandemic that forced a social lockdown and to practice social distancing. In 2020, due to the setbacks brought by the pandemic, the Maldives Accountants Forum was not held. However, year 2020 marked one of the most remarkable achievements to the Maldives accounting profession. With the enactment of Maldives Chartered Accountants Act on 8 September 2020, CA Maldives took on the mantle of the regulator of the accountancy profession and has since continued its efforts to advance the interests of accounting community in the country.
එම පොඩු චැලෙන්ජ් එක ගොතන් අලවන ෆාහගවි දෙවර දුවස් වගේ දිය ඉගේ තම අලවන මසෙක්ක එකම මසෙක්ක ෆෙෂි හිසාබ අලවන අන්න මේ මොඩල් ගානෝන ලිබිෆයි සෆා ෆරාතුන් අලවන විනාශයා කොෆේ ගානෝනක ACCA ෆරාතු අලවන මෙන්න ලිබිෆයි මොඩල් ගානෝන දෙන් ගානෝන අලවන දිවස තරජමාකෝගේ මේ රාජ්‍යයේ මාහවල ෆෙෂේ ගොත ෆෙතේ ගොත අලගොන් මේ ස්ට්‍රක්චර් කරම මසෙක්කේ හගීගතක මේ චැලෙන්ජ් එක දැන් වරක් ගෙන ස්ටේක් හෝල්ඩර්ස් ඔන් බෝඩ් කරන් ජෙහුණු මීග ඔඩිටර් ජනරල් ඒ ගානුනි जिम्मा අලගොන් මෙවලනි වකි සෙල්ෆ් රෙගියුලේට් කරාන වකි බොඩි එක ගන්න කර මේක ස්ටේට මොනි සරකාර නොනි පොලිටිෂියන් උනා වර හොඳකුයි ගබෝල් කර කොබාතෝ ඉතුරු වැලියු එඩිෂන් එකි මේකම ලිබේනේ ingad ede major challenge kavi then me the structure kurumuga council model laki kobato kiha duhe bande state noni audit ofi hoge belenodi kamuge daruga me CM models oifato moling profession na du koda e midiya hama negotiate ko hen institutions taka profession na ki wahaka dakkage algon menna halle ನೆರವುಣೆ ದೆ ಅಳೋಡು ಗಬೋಲ್ ಕುರನಿ ಮಿಹಾರು ನೆರೆ ಫೋದಿ ಹಲ್ಲಕಿ ಹಮರ ಅಗಳು ಹಲ್ಲೆಕ್ಕಮ ಎ ಮಶ್ವರ ತಗೋಗೆ ತೆರೆ ಇಂಗೆ ಮೀಗ ವಿಸ್ನಜ್ಜೆ ಕಮಕಿ ಅಳೋಣ ಮೆ ದಿವೆಹಿ ಆಡಿಟರ್ನ ಕುರಿಗೆ ತಜುರಿಬಾ ಗಲೀಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ತಕ ಇತುಬಾರು ಕುರ ಎಬೆ ಫೋನ ಉದಗು ದತಿವೆ ಫೋದಿ ಮಿಹೆ ಬಾರೆ ದೂಕೊಲ್ಲ ಫಾಣೆ ಕಮ ನೋನಿಯ ಫಹುಂ ವದಾನೆ ಗೊತಕ ದೆ ತೆರೆ ಎಬೆ ಫೋಂಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ತಕ ನೋ එම ඒ මේජර් චැලෙන්ජ් එක කවි එබේ ෆෝන්ගේ ඉතුබාර අලගොන්න හෝදු අලගොන්න මේ සජෙස්ට් කරා මොඩල් ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකි මේ දායිම නෝනියාම කොරියන් ඔය මුස්තකුබලක හොරිහා එම්මන ෆෑදාවාන මොඩල් එක ගොත එකම විස්නාදී ගබෝල් කුරුමකි මේජර් චැලෙන්ජ් එක වෙගෙන
MAF 2021 kick-started on 15th November at Crossroads, Maldives. The forum was inaugurated by His Excellency President of the Republic of Maldives, Mr. Ibrahim Mohamed Soleh. MAF 2021 held 18 technical sessions including panel discussions with national and international experts participated by over 150 participants. MAF 2021 was the first forum organized by the CA Maldives. Year 2022 brings Maldives Accountants Forum to new heights and expectations with the new logo of MAF. The new MAF logo, with its sea-wave orientation, depicts the vastness of the ocean, representing the depth of knowledge that can be delivered to the trainees. The continual movement of the waves symbolizes an infusion of new ideas and progress moving forward.
Puri Auditor General's Fahapare for them, me, Auditor General of you with the fishing a massacre the Maldives Accountants Forum Maki. The forum fetton of Fahum, Almana Mifenani, Moli accountants. ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ನ ವರಪೊಡೆ ಪದಲ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಗೆನ ಮುಂದಾತ ಈಗ ತೆರೆಗ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಂಗ್ ಫೆದಿ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಉನ ಮಿಹುಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಕುರಾನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಮಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಕುರವೇನ ಮಾಹೌದ ಮಿಹಾರ ಮತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ತೆರೆ ಎಮ್ ಫರ್ತಾ ಫೋರಂ ಫೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆಂಗ್ ಯಾರು ವರಪೊಡ ಮೆತಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ತಂಗೆ ಅದು ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ತಕಂಗನ್ನ ಬದಲ್ತಾ ಆಡಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ತಂಗನ್ನ ಬದಲ್ತಾ ಈ मशवरा को कीनत तो दिवे राज्य गवर्नमेंट अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स से अप्लाई कुरानी ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स से अप्लाई कुरानी एक बड़ी चैलेंजेस थे कि को बात हो एक अपडेट्स तक निकोता एक हर डिस्कशंस तक पूरी गए दी गई है देख बिहार हम वरिया बेफन से ना दुनिया बदल में दनी हमारा फास्ट स्पीड टेक्नोलॉजी और बड़े बदलते के बाद the sustainability reporting me are the key issue of sustainable standards the bache implement kore sustainability ki agenda accountants agenda guess key topic then waraboda accounting profession naki international profession එහෙම මේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් ඉන්ටර්නේෂනල් ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එක වාකම් වෙච්චාම බාව ෆෝරම් තවස් වරබොඩ ඉබෙච්ච ඉන්ටර්නේෂනල් ලෙවල් ගේ ඩිස්කෂන්ස් තක් එදේ ඉන්ටර්නේෂනල් ෆෝරම්ස් තක් කවුන් ෆෝරම් තක් බදලවා දැන් හැමයි කල්මන කන්නේ හැමයි කනේ ඔඩිටින් නෝනේ accounting standards තන් එකන ඩිස්කස් කොෆන්නේ මාද වේකෂ ඒවරම බොඩ රෝලෙන් ඔබේ accountant උන්ගේ මොළ economy include මෙවනේ එකි business තකු කොම්මේ business එක accountant එක රෝලෙන් ඉන්නාන tax compute කරුන් vs audit කරුන් vs නෝනේ financial statement තයාර කොත්තිනු vs මිකා accountant එක රෝලෙන් නැති business එක නොහිගා එම්ම accountant උනකි මුල economy එක වරම් key stakeholder එම්ම economy එක වාහ කවුමන් දක්කංචේ हमारे को इंटरनेशनल लेवल करना बदलता हुआ दक्कंगे बच्चे सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट स्टैंडर्ड्स के वहाँ दक्कंगे बच्चे मिहारा कंगे ऐसे ने कई बार अकाउंटेंट्स रोल अकाउंटेंटों के रोल करप्शन ना मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग मिका कंत कोट्टो मुगा एमवीमा अलमेंगे फोरम वेगेंदानी इंटरनेशनल लेवल के डिस्कशंस तक येदे दिवेहि राज्य बेवे मिवर डिफेंबर के एम हाई लेवल फोरम दें अलमेंगे ऑब्जेक्टिव वर्क वेगेंदान वार बोडा अलमेंगे की स्टेक होल्डर्स नोनी पॉलिसी डिसीजन मेकर्स बेणुवा इंफॉर्मेशन नोनी बेणुवा आइडियाज तम फोरम बेतरें जनरेट वेगेंतियोंगे अलमेंगे वारम ऑब्जेक्टिव एम कोरियंग उत्तनुगा अलवंड फेन्ननी वरबोडा मि फोरम वेगेंदाने बी की स्टेक होल्डर्स इनपुट देवे हमेया एको अलमेंगे अकाउंटेंटुं बी फ्यूचर यंग एमिहुन रेडी युमक पुरंचे कंतत्त कुरुमा वरबोडा दोहळ वेगेंदान फोरम का वेगेंदाने.
This year's forum kicks off today with close to 250 participants. MAF 2022 also marks as the biggest accountants forum to be held, with 43 speakers and 18 representatives of international professional accounting organizations joining here today with us. MAF 2022 reaches yet another milestone to the accounting profession of Maldives and to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives. We encourage all participants to make the best use of this year's forum.
Well, that was wonderful, wasn't it? I believe it adds to our enthusiasm to know that we have many more discussions on topics of utmost importance in this year's forum. And the next item on the agenda is the speech by Chief Guest of Maldives Accountants Forum 2022, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Dr. Abdulla Mausoom. I kindly call upon Honorable Minister to deliver his speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Auditor General of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Maldives के President Hussain Niyazy, Parliament Member, Council of CM Maldives, President of SAFA, Mr. Bandara, Ambassadors, Speakers, panelists, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you. Assalamu alaikum. It gives me great privilege to be part of this important forum, to be among the movers and shakers of the financial world. Just now I was listening to the statements by VP Hassan. You make the world move. And I can't stop but see the recommendation that you would write on your next reports for all the evaluation audits you do for firms. Invest on Irwahud. or a robot that would chase bumblebee. I think that will be the one that you would write. Hussain, as the CA Council, I wish to thank you for giving me this opportunity. This year's theme, economic transformation, rethinking growth of the new economy. It's very appropriate theme because it's time for us to rethink because the global decisions need changing. And this year's tourism's theme also rethinking tourism. So I think it's very appropriate. The tourism industry of the Maldives is the main industry, contributing 46% to our GDP. And stats suggest that in 1980, the GDP per capita was 275, but now by 2019, it has come to 10,540 USD. Huge improvement. And tourism did a lot, and you did a lot. We have to ask the question of us being competitive, globally competitive. Maldives business, just like other countries, now operate in an international arena where ease of doing business, legislative framework, and other aspects that encourage investments has to be really thought of. Sometimes we think we can be nationalistic, do our own. Or you could perhaps form strategic alliances, form partnerships, and get the best benefit for greater good of the economy. I think that's the direction we go. But very often we are carried away with the nationalistic debate of doing things on your own. But I think your work, even this forum, suggests that world economy is truly interlinked and global. Today, Maldives investment arena has a lot of concerns. Very high capital investment compared to the previous times. Investment on coastal management, which is related to, of course, changing global environment. Another area is access to finance. Whenever we discuss something, where is the finance? We have the willpower, we have the creativity, we have the desire to move, but where is the money? When there is money, what's the cost of borrowing? I think these areas really think us to rethink that we should be really focusing on global arena. We have to think what is best for the nation. Sometimes it may not be the very popular one. We would like Maldives businesses to be owned by Maldivians. So it is a question of whether you are going to get $1 or no dollar. To get the $1, I think we need to form alliances. And also we have to encourage people to come and invest in the Maldives. And to do that, legislative framework and regulatory framework has to be competitive. And I'm glad that over the last couple of years, Maldives Parliament has been very proactive in bringing changes to the legislative framework, particularly regard to the tourism legislation and regulation. Now, Maldives stands as one of the most preferred places for people to invest. Even in the small businesses, foreigners can take a part. But of course, the majority is for the locals. Foreigners can own up to 49% in small tourism businesses. Of course, we have got the environment, social and governance paradigm that all the companies have to adhere to today. And I think accountants have a role in today convincing the significance and importance of ESG. Sometimes for a business owner who was not this generation, they may not see the merit of investing in ESG. And I think it's you who will convince them to do that, who will also make sure that when you do the accounts, ESG reporting is properly done so that the company's true value can be reflected. The biggest challenge we have also in terms of the national paradigm is the human capital. You may remember, some of you at least may remember, earlier days when I was in school, taking comma stream was a sin. But today, I'm glad that we have got many accountants, many Maldivians in that profession, but still we need many. That is where the main rethinking for human capital starts. The economic growth that I just mentioned to you, it is going to be better for the Maldives because we have got a very energetic, enterprising youth. That means our enterprise, our industries would need more people. And where are the people? GC, those people who finish the secondary education is about 6,000. Tourism sector alone, every year, needs minimum 12,000 employees. And the human capital today, it's not only the Maldives who are fighting for it. The creative minds are needed for the country to grow. It can be Maldives, but it can be expat. We should change our mindset to welcome expats to the country. Having an expat, he is not taking our job away. He is going to contribute to the economy. She is going to contribute to the economy. Unless we have a very good environment full of pull factors for the people to come and work in the Maldives, we will not be able to sustain the growth that we need. The growth that we need to serve the public. The growth we need to bring our living standards to the level that the modern youth expects. As we think of the future is becoming today, very rapidly. That's why we need to work and change our total mindset to a global arena. We need to train and redevelop even accountants. Earlier, there was this case. There was a student, a child, who could only count up to 10. And the parents were very upset. Daughter or son. Son is more appropriate. You need to do more than that. To work, you need to learn maths. And he says, Mom, don't worry. My profession requires only counting up to 10. I want to be a boxing referee. But others, in like accountants, today in the complicated world, you have to make sure that the businesses are performing well. We have to question a lot of aspects of the global economy. How about the crypto era? A currency that is not so stable being used in an economy full of uncertainties. Is it something that you are going to suggest? But there is also the rhetoric. Why can't government allow cryptocurrencies? Isn't it time to do that? But these are, I think, debate that will continue. Governments will act upon it. As President FCMA mentioned, this year marks our tourism golden year, 50 years of tourism. So I wish to thank you, congratulate all of you for your contribution to the tourism industry. We have won world's leading destination 2 times in a row in 2020 and 2021. And it's our hope that we win it for a 3rd time. Today there is a presentation by our State Minister Ibrahim. And after that, I will also be talking in the panel discussion on future of tourism in the Maldives, where I wish to share more knowledge. Thank you for listening to me, and thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Let me take this opportunity to express our gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and providing your valuable time to this forum and contributing not only as our chief guest but also as a panelist. Thank you. Since its inception on 8 September 2020, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, CA Maldives, has achieved many target milestones, and one of the most recent and noteworthy achievements is the attainment of South Asian Federation of Accountants SAFA membership. To officially award SAFA membership to CA Maldives, I kindly request the President of the Federation, Mr. Hennayake Bandara, to come on stage and to receive the award on behalf of CA Maldives. I kindly invite AG and President of the Institute, Mr. Hussain Niyazy. And I also invite Vice President of CA Maldives, Mr. Hassan Mohamed, and Professor Lakshman R. Watawala, President of CMA Sri Lanka, to join us on stage. Thank you all. And now to address the ceremony, I kindly invite the President of SAFA, Mr. Hennayake Bandara.
Good morning to all of you. Chief guest this morning, Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, Honorable Minister of Tourism, members of the Parliament, Mr. Hussain Niyazy, Auditor General, President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Maldives, former Auditor General and the former President of the Institute, Mr. Hassan, Mr. Hassan Mohamed, Vice President, members of the Council, Professor Lakshman R. Watawala, the Chairman of the International Relations Committee of SAFA, as well as the past President of SAFA, Advisor SAFA, heads of member bodies of SAFA, delegates from SAFA member bodies, High Commissioners, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to be associated with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Maldives, and I wish to thank the President and the Council for inviting me to participate for the Maldives Accountant Forum 2022. At the outset, let me appreciate the role played by the government of Maldives, Auditor General, the current as well as the former Auditor General, and my predecessors, as well as the Chairman International Relations Committee, of SAFA for the invaluable contribution made in establishment of CA Maldives towards the development of the accountancy profession in your country. At the same time, I also would like to appreciate the technical support extended by the member bodies in the region. With the enactment of Maldives Chartered Accountants Act in September 2020, CA Maldives took on the mantle of the regulator of the accountancy profession and has since continued its efforts to advance the interest of accounting fraternity in the country, which enables South Asian Federation of Accountants to grant the membership effective from 1st January 2021. SAFA has undertaken the leadership role in providing a new direction to the accountancy profession within the region and has been instrumental in establishment of professional accountancy organizations in the countries in this region where there are no professional accountancy organizations. Accordingly, apart from Maldives, SAFA was able to assist such countries from time to time in formation of institutes, and as a result, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nepal was admitted as a member of SAFA in 1997. The Certified Professional Accountants of Afghanistan in 2017. The Accounting and Auditing Standards Board of Bhutan was established under the Secretary of the Ministry of Finance and a separate institute yet to be incorporated to grant the membership of SAFA. SAFA was the first regional grouping of professionals in the South Asian region formed even before the South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation, SAC, was born, which speaks volumes of the far-sighted thinking of our member institutes. It is worthwhile to mention, unlike other professional groupings which have since been formed in our region, SAFA has proved to be a dynamic association with far greater interaction among its members, and I believe that establishment of regional linkage based on a firm foundation of shared experiences is a vital first step for progress and achievement. As you already heard, SAFA has an IFAC network partner, represents over 375,000 accountants having membership of the National Chartered Cost and Management Accountancy Institution in the South Asian countries. We celebrated the 39th Foundation Day on the 22nd of August in Delhi, India, followed by a well-attended conference under the theme ESG and Sustainable Finance, hosted by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. It is pertinent to mention that the first ever SAFA conference was held in Sri Lanka in way back 1985, which was hosted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. This year's SAFA conference was held in Dhaka, Bangladesh, on the 15th of this month on the theme Regional Connectivity for Sustainable Growth. It is important to mention that the year 2022 is very significant to all of us, as ICA India, one of the founder members of SAFA, is hosting the 21st World Congress of Accountants in the history of 118 years of World Congress. I'm sure it will be a proud moment not only for accounting fraternity in India, but for the accounting fraternity in South Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, the South Asian region, which is heir to great ancient civilization, today faces exciting prospects, and it's on the threshold of a new era of prosperity and stability. In this scenario, the profession of accountancy would undoubtedly be at the center stage and play a lead role in guiding the region to a position worthy of its historic past. In that context, the theme of the Accountants Forum 2022, Economic Transformation, Rethinking Growth in the New Economy, is both timely and relevant, and I must congratulate the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives and the organizing committee for selecting such an excellent theme for deliberation. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish to mention that Maldives Accountants Forum has become the national platform for all the professionals to discuss and deliberate on matters of mutual interest with industry stakeholders and regulators and understand the emerging issues. Forums of this nature have provided splendid opportunities for fellow professionals in the South Asian region to exchange ideas and experiences, and above all, build firm friendship. At the same time, the forum provides for us the opportunity to consider very relevant subjects from the regional standpoint. It will no doubt be educative and should broaden our perspective and help us to play a more substantive role in taking the region forward, particularly because of the new economic environment which is being created in our respective countries. Once again, while thanking for the invitation extended, I request CA Maldives to strengthen the relationship with member bodies of SAFA to the extent possible, and wish the CA Maldives as well as the deliberations of the forum all success. I thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We believe this membership opens doors and aids us in the efforts made towards the development of this profession. Next on agenda, we have a special video message by the President of the International Federation of Accountants, Mr. Alan Johnson.
Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, the Minister of Tourism of the Republic of the Maldives. Mr. Hussain Niyazy, the President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives and the Auditor General of the Republic. Council members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alan Johnson, and I'm the President of the International Federation of Accountants, or IFAC, and I'm happy to be back addressing your forum today. I send you my congratulations for hosting this important forum for conversations within our profession and with our stakeholders. I also acknowledge that CA Maldives has expressed interest in becoming a member of IFAC, and I wish you well on that journey. Today's dialogue is the latest sign of your remarkable achievement in the Maldives. Your progress with a new professional accountancy organization, established only in September 2020, is quite remarkable. And considering the historic challenges that ICA Maldives has faced during the COVID-19 pandemic, it is truly inspiring. From what I've learned, much gratitude and appreciation go to the President of the Maldives, Mr. Ibrahim Mohamed Solih, and the Parliament of the Maldives for their ongoing support to you. Let me take this opportunity to describe what IFAC does and why the partnership between IFAC and the Maldives is and will remain vitally important. IFAC is the global voice of the accountancy profession. Through our 181 members, we represent more than 3 million professional accountants in over 135 countries. Our mission is to serve the public interest by enhancing the relevance, the reputation and the value of the accountancy profession right across the world. Our work broadly falls into 3 categories. We represent and advocate for the profession as its global voice. Through our membership professional accountancy organizations, we help to equip all professional accountants for the future, ensuring our skills and knowledge remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. And we support and promote the adoption, the implementation, and the development of high-quality international standards. Now, IFAC has many strengths. We are the global convener of the profession stakeholders, a global forum for thought leadership on the most pressing issues facing our profession and the world today, and an influential voice in our international conversations about the public interest issues. But what IFAC does is only possible through the many organizations that make up the IFAC family. Their resources and geographic reach together make global transformations possible. And IFAC is committed to supporting the profession here, and we look forward to engaging with ICA Maldives in the years to come. Our profession is here to help organizations make the tough decisions that they are facing as a result of COVID-19. But not only the COVID-19 pandemic, there's an extremely urgent and important need, and indeed an incredible opportunity for our profession to continue advancing the resilience of society as a whole through sustainable value creation, trust and fairness in institutions, a healthy natural environment, and thus economic survival, and indeed economic revival. Let us use this opportunity to do what is right for the long-term benefit of all. Our profession can create a better, more resilient world, with stronger economies and fairer societies by doing so. We can also ensure that our profession is attractive to the next generation, many of whom are seeking to work for professions that have a real purpose in society. So I commend the accountants of the Maldives for working so hard and so successfully to make your own important contributions to the sustainable development of your wonderful country, the Maldives. Thank you for your commitment to the public interest, and I send you my very best wishes to all of you for a very successful forum. Thank you very much.
Next is a special item on the agenda. CA Maldives, in association with Privatization and Corporatization Board and the Capital Market Development Authority, are honored to introduce Maldives ESG Reporting Awards. To do the honor of launching the awards, I kindly invite President of South Asian Federation of Accountants, Mr. H.M. Hennayake Bandara, and to join him on stage, I kindly call upon Mr. Ibrahim Fazil, our Assistant Auditor General and Council Member of CA Maldives, Mr. Hussain, Chief Executive Officer at Capital Market Development Authority, and Mr. Mohamed, President at Privatization and Corporatization Board.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, in association with Privatization and Corporatization Board and Capital Market Development Authority, introduces Maldives ESG Reporting Awards. The objectives of these awards are to promote, encourage, and recognize business excellence in corporate reporting, disclosure, and transparency in order to create and support a culture of sustainability reporting and contribution towards achieving UN Sustainable Development Goals. The award will be commenced in the year 2024 with the reporting period of the year 2023.
Thank you all. Now I would like to call upon the Vice President of CA Maldives, Mr. Hassan Mohamed, to deliver closing remarks. Mr. Hassan Mohamed.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Chief guest of the ceremony, Minister of Tourism, His Excellency Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, government ministers, honorable members of parliament, members of CA Council, President of South Asian Federation of Accountants, Mr. Hennayake Bandara, representatives of other SAFA member bodies, past President of CA Maldives and the former Auditor General, Hassan, Managing Directors of State-owned enterprises, heads of public institutions, speakers and panelists of this forum, members of CA Maldives, my hardworking colleagues from the profession, viewers and listeners of this event. Assalamu alaikum. A very warm welcome to you all for this special ceremony held to inaugurate the Maldives Accountants Forum 2022. It is indeed a very special occasion. And surely a forum of this caliber requires a lot of support and work from various parties. I thank our chief guest, Dr. Abdulla Mausoom, for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. I would like to thank the President of South Asian Federation of Accountants, Mr. Hennayake Bandara, and representatives of other SAFA member bodies for traveling to Maldives and participating in this forum. I would like to thank our main sponsor, STO, co-sponsor MTCC, co-sponsor DIRAG, and co-sponsor Maldives Pension Administration Office, our banking partner, Bank of Maldives, online news partner, Daur, and HDC, HDFC, and other public interest entity auditors for their generous contribution for this forum. Further, I would like to note the contribution from Auditor General Office, senior management and staff of Auditor General Office. They have played an immense role in success of Accountants Forum, all the Accountants Forums, and also Auditor General Office contribution for the institutional development of CEO Maldives is crucial. On behalf of the Council and our members and myself, I thank the Technical Committee of CEO Maldives, PCB and CMDA and the working group for their valuable contribution to launch the Maldives ESG Award in this forum. Surely this is a testimony to their passion, dedication and commitment to transform business in Maldives. I would like to express my deep appreciation to the President of IFAC, Mr. Alan Johnson. Although he couldn't make it here, we thank you for sending us this inspiring and insightful message. And finally, a very special thanks to our management team and MAF task force who put tremendous amount of their time, effort and hard work and dedication to make this event a success. For the past few years, we held this forum with technical sessions on update on the accounting and auditing standards, along with topics related to specific themes. From this year onwards, we have decided to host a separate forum for technical standards and to focus more on macro level issues in the accountants forum, which are relevant to business leaders and accountants. We had discussions with our key stakeholders to understand the market expectation while developing our agenda. We understood from stakeholders that there is a growing need for accountants to understand the macroeconomic issues that are important for business leaders and policymakers. Based on these discussions this year, our theme for the forum is Economic Transformation, Rethinking Growth in the New Economy. Under this theme, this year's forum will focus on discussing government policies on future development of tourism industries, fisheries, transportation sector, and other relevant industries. Important issues such as privatization of state-owned enterprises, alternative options to finance business expansion in Maldives will be discussed in this forum. We will also discuss about the regulatory changes that are under consideration by Ministry of Economic Development to facilitate innovation, competition, and protection of businesses. When we look at the Maldivian economy on a broader perspective, we see that there has been significant developments to our economy at an impressive speed. In fact, the World Bank considers Maldives as a development success story, with sustained growth and impressive improvements in healthcare and education. Economic transformation in Maldives began in 1972, as Minister of Tourism has mentioned, with the introduction of tourism, evolving from a fisheries economy to a tourism-based economy. During the last 42 years, Maldives has developed from the 20 poorest countries in the world in 1980 to an upper middle income country with a life expectancy of 79 years and a literacy rate of 98.4%. As Minister has mentioned, our GDP per capita has increased from $268 in 1980 to $10,000 in 2019. As we celebrate 50 years of tourism in Maldives this year, we take note the immense contribution from tourism industry to the economy. As Minister has mentioned, tourism industry contributes more than 40% of our GDP and more than 44,000 employment opportunities. With that being said, important to note that during the last few years, we have seen unprecedented challenges in the world economy with COVID-19, which has changed the way people work and do business. The extraordinary challenge of the pandemic led to extraordinary response from governments that led to today's high inflation, huge public debts, foreign currency crisis, and high interest rates. Global inflation is in double digits for the first time in 40 years. Maldives is not an exception. As per the World Bank, the public debt in Maldives is expected to remain at 120% of GDP, and the government needs more than $300 million per year to service our external debts over the next 3 years. We as accounting professionals have a huge responsibility in helping businesses to face these challenges and contribute to the macroeconomic stability of the country through better governance and accountability. As famous economists Philippe Egion, Celine Dion, and Simone Brunel explain in their most recent book, The Power of Creative Destruction, Economic Upheaval, and the Wealth of Nations, 3 fundamental principles are necessary for creative destruction or huge development. First one is innovation, second one is institutional development, and third is property rights to protect innovation rights. With a closer look at the economic development of the Maldives, we can observe that the government policies have been aligned with these fundamental principles. As an open economy with opportunities for innovation, institutional development, and legal protection for the industries. We have observed the tourism industry went through a creative destruction process. After 38 years as an industry dominated by tourism, by resorts were opened for guest houses in 2010. And most recently, homestay tourism was introduced by Ministry of Tourism in 2021. We are seeing similar patterns in many other industries in the Maldives as well. Accounting professionals play a vital role in this creative destruction process in guiding industries to survive the economic challenges that it brings. I hope that the dialogue from this forum will inspire you all to broaden your perspective on national level issues that are crucial for the functioning of our economy and realize the vital role you play in it. To all the current and future leaders of this profession who are here with me today, I call upon all of you to make the most out of this forum and use the knowledge you gain from here to join efforts in developing the economy and accounting profession in the Maldives, while upholding the utmost ethical and professional standards. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. This brings us to the end of this ceremony, which is merely the beginning of the 2 days forum. We have insightful discussions and sessions ahead of us. This is the opportunity to share, learn, network, and understand the emerging issues. We will begin the sessions of the forum after morning tea. It was a pleasure to meet you all again and wish you amazing days ahead. Please enjoy tea, which is served upstairs at Doshmena Mala. Thank you all.